There is a rule that quietly controls conversations, relationships, power dynamics, and even attraction. Yet almost nobody talks about it. It decides who gets ignored, who gets respected, and who becomes unforgettable without trying. You've seen it happen. Someone walks into a room and suddenly people pay attention, even though they're not the loudest, funniest, or most attractive person there. Meanwhile, someone else tries hard, speaks more, explains more, and somehow becomes invisible. Why? Because attention doesn't go to those who chase it. It goes to those who control it. And once you see this rule, you start noticing it everywhere. Most people think attention is something you receive. In reality, attention is something you distribute. Imagine attention like a spotlight. Where you point it determines what grows. A person constantly checking their phone during a conversation sends a silent message. You are not important enough to hold my focus. No words needed. But someone who listens fully, calm, still, present, creates a different effect. People begin to reveal more. Speak softer. Lean closer. Because deep attention feels rare. Think about the last time someone truly listened to you without interrupting, judging, or waiting for their turn to speak. It probably felt surprisingly powerful. Not because they said anything, because they didn't. There's an unspoken hierarchy in every social situation, not based on money, not based on looks, not even based on intelligence. It's based on who seeks attention and who receives it. Watch a group conversation carefully. The person who laughs too loudly, talks over others, or constantly seeks validation is often subconsciously placed lower in status. Not because they're disliked, because they're chasing attention instead of directing it. Meanwhile, the quiet observer becomes intriguing. People wonder what they're thinking. Mystery pulls attention more than noise ever could. This is why the person who speaks less often gets listened to more when they finally talk. Their words carry weight because they haven't spent them cheaply. Have you noticed how some people explain themselves endlessly? They clarify, justify, apologize, and add details no one asked for. It feels polite, but psychologically, it signals insecurity. Overexplaining tells others, I'm afraid you might misunderstand me, so I need to control your perception. Confident people don't rush to explain. They say what needs to be said and stop. The silence afterward does something interesting. It forces others to process. And when people think instead of being fed explanations, they become more engaged. Silence creates gravity. Attention is deeply tied to attraction, not just romantic, but social. People are drawn to those who are selective with their focus. Why? Because selective attention signals value. If someone gives attention to everything and everyone equally, it feels cheap. But when someone is calm, observant, and intentional, their attention feels earned. This is why a brief moment of eye contact from a composed person can feel more intense than constant attention from someone needy. It's not manipulation, it's psychology. Humans instinctively value scarcity. Modern life has shattered attention. Notifications, scrolling, endless content. Everyone is competing for a shrinking pool of focus. Ironically, the person who controls their attention now stands out more than ever. Someone who doesn't immediately reply, who isn't glued to their phone, who pauses before reacting. They feel different, grounded, almost intimidating, because they are not controlled by the same noise. They choose where their mind goes, and that choice creates presence. The real rule nobody knows isn't about getting attention. It's about redirecting it. When someone criticizes you, most people defend themselves immediately. But a calm response shifts the energy. When someone seeks validation, most people give reassurance automatically. But asking a thoughtful question redirects focus back to them. People remember how you made them feel seen, not how much you talked about yourself. Attention given strategically builds influence without force. Silence exposes things. In silence, there are no distractions, no quick jokes, no defensive explanations, just presence. Many people rush to fill silence because they're uncomfortable being seen without performance. But the person who is comfortable in silence communicates something powerful. I don't need noise to exist here. That calm becomes magnetic, not aggressive, not dominant, just steady. And steadiness feels like authority. This isn't about controlling people. It's about understanding human behavior. Attention shapes relationships, trust, and communication. Used ethically, it creates deeper connections. Used selfishly, it becomes manipulation. The difference lies in intention. Are you listening to understand or listening to gain advantage? People sense authenticity more than you think. True presence cannot be faked for long. So the attention rule nobody knows is simple. The person who controls their attention controls their presence. Not by demanding it, not by chasing it, but by choosing where their awareness goes. Watch closely over the next few days. Notice who speaks the most and who is watched the most. Notice who explains everything and who leaves space. You might realize something unsettling. The most powerful person in the room is often the quietest one. And once you understand this, you stop asking for attention. You become the one who decides where it flows.